When we signed up for the program in 2002, we of course got the benefit of the fencing and some other things with erosion control, but we also just felt strongly about trying to maintain this little corridor that runs from Opossum Lake to the Conde de Gwinnett in terms of both wildlife and improving the water quality.
So one of the benefits from establishing the riparian forested buffer is whenever the trees finally reach maturity and the canopy closes over the stream, then we have this cooling effect on the water. And the cooling effect is beneficial to the macroinvertebrates and the other species that are living in the stream and need the stream for survival.
So we're in this soil that hasn't really been tilled, of course, or has been covered with all kinds of diverse plants. And the net result of that is easily being able to find all the macroorganisms that are living in there. Got some nice earthworms here. I think I'm ready to go fishing with these. It was easy enough to find. But, you know, that we've got great soil. So all these things combining, whether it be the roots as large as this, and I don't know, BJ, if you can look down and see these tiny, this is where it all happens. These root nodules, the tiniest thread roots is where this water is being absorbed, carried up these large structures and of course into the tree, and that's where the filter is taking place. But we just had to look at this tree. This is probably 18 inches across. It's at least 70 feet tall. It's 15 years old. It sits here next to a walnut tree, a silver maple, an oak, perfectly positioned here with the kind of diversity, with all these beneficials working together to really filter.
And we're really curious to know why you decided to put the buffer in and maintaining it, and any kind of information on.
Well, the first year when we bought the place, one of our neighbors asked if we were going to have cows, and we already did at that point. And he said, "What about a riparian buffer?" And we said, "What's a riparian buffer?" And he explained that it would help keep the bank stable, cool the water, so that the nutrients that the animals leave in the stream would be less invasive all the way down, would clean up. This is the Mount Rock Spring, runs into the Conde de Gwinnett, which runs into the Susquehanna, which runs into the Chesapeake. And they were very concerned about cleaning up the Chesapeake Bay. I'm a big fan of Mother Earth, and I jumped right on that and said, sure. So they came and they talked about how far we needed to plant the trees apart to make it work. And we did. The state helped, federal government helped, and we have been replacing trees as they've died out. And we're very glad we did it.
Well, if you understand the order of the universe, human beings and animals, mammals, take in oxygen and give off carbon dioxide. Vegetation, such as these trees, just do the opposite. There are trees being taken out and harvested and not replaced all across the globe. Even in America, that's happening to some degree. If you go back 200, 300, 400 years and look at our country, it was pretty much all woods here in Lancaster County. Yes, we've really benefited by, in an economic standpoint, by taking the trees out and row cropping, planting, farming, animals and all that. It's time to give some of this acreage back to trees, and it's a win-win-win. And as a result of that, that's why our family jumped on it.